going to be denied right there.
Mark, last season we saw Moni Eunice make some nice drives.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Houston making some changes. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. Offensive rebound. That's good. Hibbert's got his second basket of the game.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Brewer, good.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hibbert with the screen. Back to Russell. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist.
That was Roy Hibbert getting in the way of the defense there.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Got that one up quick. Monty Eunice has got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Hibbert kicks to Bryant, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star part one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Julius Randle's checked in for Hibbert. World Peace comes in for Brandon Bass. Williams, he's checked in for Bryant. And it's Clarkson in for Russell.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And on the topic of Hibbert, he was an enigma in college, had a very encouraging junior season, looked like a future lottery pick, and then that uninspiring senior season, which kind of dropped his draft stock considerably.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And the basket by Thornton.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Got a piece of it. They're running. Ball going up court.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Young up top. Got it off in time, but it's no good. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just. And Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he. Well, Kobe's age, and with the 2 years worth of injuries, is coming back for him just a matter of great adjustments? Or is that another way of saying he has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own?
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply.
True.
I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Monty Eunice out there with Terrence Jones. And it's Lawson in at the 1 spot.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Williams. Harden inside the three-point line. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. 6 points for James Harden. The Lakers shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Nearly flawless offensively from start to finish there, and really just an impressive win.
Yeah, really balanced team. We saw a little bit of everything from them, and just about all of that everything we saw worked.
Here's Russell. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game, and stolen by Ariza. Shoots, and the Rockets getting another bucket right there. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Moniunas has got the lead up to 8 now for Houston.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Outside, Russell. Here's Bass. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
The free throw drops for Bass. And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with a broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
And last season, one of the most meaningful in Bass's career in terms of his contributions really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player, the outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
Huertas, terrific design on the big foot, and he lays it in.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Black dishes to Bryant. Knocks it loose. 3 on the clock. Black. And the Lakers get it back. Kobe, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And another basket for the Lakers. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Beverly. He has 5. Shot from 12. Got a piece of it. A nice shot by Howard. Howard's got his second basket.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
A step-back shot here, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Russell passes to Kobe. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The clock runs out.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The Rockets, 40. Your safety is our number one concern.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, all right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Checking out the game Moniunas has been having. He's got 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
They've got Roy Hibbert. Young is out there with Brandon Bass. And there's Bryant, and it's Russell in at the point guard. That's the Laker 5. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as dominant Clark as the player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation. Conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
And Young kicks to Bass. Lakers passing it around. That's good. And that's now 9 points for Kobe Bryant.
Great way to start to have easy layup against some soft D.
The 11-footer off the left rim and out.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass, and it's Clarkson in for Bryant. And a switch here also for Houston. Jones is checked in, and the Lakers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 8 points for James Harden.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark. And no doubt the Lakers had some defensive issues last season. I mean, no true center on that roster. And at times, they were just feasted upon on the inside.
Lakers trail by 14. Clarkson dishes to Williams. Releases. And the Lakers with another miss.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 8 points for Howard. The Lakers did have problems defending inside, Greg. You're right, both on drives, Clark, and on post-ups.
Yeah, you know, they were second to last in the league in field goal percentage at their own rim. And rim protection is more than just blocking shots. So they got a lot of blocks as a team, but anything they didn't block went in.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
Offensive rebound. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in